Hey, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing great. This 1955 Crown Vic is wonderful. I will give you a good look at the build process while focusing on the custom interior from an extremely talented custom auto upholsterer in North Texas, Brandon Falls, owner, operator, and fantastic custom car interior artist of Falls Craft. I have known Brandon Falls for a solid 6 years now, from at least 2020. I have enjoyed every time I have visited him. Allow me to show off some of his work prior to looking at the 1955 Crown Vic. Brandon has decades of upholstery work under his belt, with projects ranging from this giant Peterbilt tractor to a ZZ Top replica, and of course many other cool classics and hot rods. Going back a ways, in 2022, Brandon took part in this 1958 Corvette build, transforming it into a $500,000 car with his custom interior and specialized lighting and wiring setup. Later in 2022, this car won the Darrell Starbird Fine 9 Award, an extremely beautifully done hot rod for sure. Then in 2024, Brandon was let loose on this 1952 Crown Vic, aka the Shoebox, which received the Outstanding Custom Award at the Darrell Starbird's Rod and Custom Car Show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, much to the credit goes to Brandon's wiring, lighting, and interior wizardry. Since October 2024, when Brandon acquired his own shop in Denison, Texas, he has had the ability to choose which cars to work on. While he does a wide variety of jobs, he prefers to choose outstanding custom builds from serious customers. Anyone wanting an award-winning vehicle needs a craftsman like Brandon. One of his most recent projects includes this 1952 Chevy Truck from Riggs Fabrication and Restoration in Fort Worth, Texas. It recently won the Good Guys Trophy Dash in Fort Worth, March 2026, and then the Good Guys Magnificent Masterpiece in Scottsdale, again, March 2026. Another recent project was his work on this 1970 Chevelle. He helped the team at Riggs Fabrication get the best Chevelle at Darrell Starbird, February 2026, plus the Best Custom Chevelle Award at the Good Guys Fort Worth, March 2026, and Feature Pick at the Good Guys Scottsdale, March 26 also, followed by the Top 50 Award at Bama Coast Cruisin', April 2026. In February 2026, at the Darrell Starbird Show, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 1955 Ford Crown Vic, known as the Crown Jewel, a build from Red River Customs, there in Gainesville, Texas, was chosen for a Fine 9 Award, February 2026. Then the Crown Jewel won the McGuire's Magnificent Masterpiece Award at the Good Guys Fort Worth Show, March 2026. As of today, the awards I'm aware of is a total of 10. The two earlier awards, then the recent last 8 in just 3 months between February and April of 2026. That is a ton of work for a one-person custom upholstery shop to do. Time for the build of the 1955 Crown Jewel by Red River Customs and Falls Craft. The story begins in about mid-2020 when Red River Customs got the car. Not in bad shape really for a 70-year-old car. Seemed to have most all of its necessary parts needed for a good restoration or Restomod. Interesting too that the exterior paint scheme would be virtually the same when done. By November 2020, after about 4 months, it was torn down and prepped for its new beginnings. In 2021, bodywork had begun all around. They received the Art Morrison chassis first. Then, slightly later, the supercharged Coyote engine was getting further set up. More quick picks from Red River Customs around August 2022 as they continued with the bodywork. A lot of interior bodywork was shaping up. Still, a very long way to go. Ditto for May 2023. Bodywork continued. Engine bay, trunk lid, etc. Temporary wheels as well. I have nothing for 2024. Red River Customs was likely busy with a lot of other builds. In February 2025, Red River was doing a bit more body work. Battery box installed so that they can do further power work to the engine. Engine wiring obviously began as well. Engine decorative cover panels prepared. Wiring, interior seating set for fitment. Then come April 2025, more of the same. Detailed body work was underway, such as flush fitment of the front bumper, metalwork around the door handles, along the rear quarters, trunk lid, and rear, plus more interior metalwork getting completed. Probably not yet halfway through the build though. By June or July 2025, Brandon was discovered by Red River, and Brandon began his work in testing out of interior design ideas to complement the exterior and the crown jewel theme. Also in July, he custom built the front seat frames. Seats came from a Chrysler. Then he made the back panels. You don't often see a custom interior guy do this kind of detailed work to build and shape seats like this. Come August 2025, that was a big month, as I show you pics of the car at Falls Craft from the time. Let's look at those wheels that just came in. The custom Scott Performance wheels arrived at Red River Customs. Interesting wheel design. Very eye-catching. Also a very quick peek at the fact that everyone involved in the build always has millions of parts to go through and work on, plus all the specific nuts and bolts for those parts to keep up with. A huge jigsaw puzzle. Here's an update on those front seats. You can see Brandon got the backs covered. He showed me the idea for the full seat and head rest frame. Really cool. Just wait till you see him done. Now this is a very quick look at the inside front area. Red River totally redesigned the dash gauge bezel to frame the new display going in. Great customization. Another very cool touch of Brandon's genius. I will let you guess where this is going to go. You saw the crown jewel logo being cut into wood previously. Yes, it will be lit up. Brandon formed his large rectangle of plastic for a special place of recognition. My hint is the jewel box. More on this again later. By September 2025, the crown jewel was really coming along. Tons of work, including the main portions of wiring, was getting placed in. Soundproofing was done. Chrome pieces polished up. I really like the clamshell hood style. Very unique. In October 2025, a quick look at the crown jewel. Tons of work done. The crown jewel is really shaping up. I really like the work Brandon did on the very custom dash. He designed and built almost everything on it. The lighting across the center runs all through and around the interior, including the doors and so forth. He recovered the steering wheel. Very nice. Brandon completely redesigned and built the center console. Prepped all of the wiring for it. Did all the switches and the display as well. He showed me how he was designing the front seat cushions to have that tuxedo look. then the rear package tray and the portion between the rear seats at the package tray. He had completed the visors and the headliner, which has lighting along both sides of the center chrome loop. He also went over all the neat things he did for the doors, like push-button door releases, lighting, shaping theme, etc. And then what he was designing and building for the trunk space, like the fake luggage that would hide the battery switch and main cables. Very unique and very cool touch. I take about a minute and a quarter to go over this clip. Quick walk around, wanted to get a peek up underneath up front there, show you where the air intake is, radiators, the plumbing, which was nicely placed all up in the wheel wells, really well done. Awesome hood brackets, that Roush supercharger, fantastic. A really beautiful setup. Everything is well run. Just looking at all the good hoses and how they really tried to tuck everything up very, very well. I head back around. I actually pop down to the wheels here, just trying to give you a better peek at some of this. Nicely done indeed. Then a quick look around at the door. Doors will have the electronic push buttons and tons of wiring. If you ever wanted a job that people really need, that's wiring. Just tons of wiring. Look at all that. But you know, you've got power windows and just stereo system, all kinds of stuff going into this thing. Plus the batteries in the trunk, so wiring can't just be up front. It's got to go all the way to the back and then back up front again. Finally, another look at the headliner and visors, and I'm done with this clip. They did make it to SEMA in November 2025. The car looked fantastic, but there were some blemishes they all elected to fix up when time allowed. One example was that Brandon was not happy with the front seat coverings that had to have been done by another local guy in order to make it to SEMA to begin with. And unfortunately, at SEMA, the crown jewel was hardly even looked at, perhaps because it was rushed to be completed, which is actually, honestly, very typical for SEMA cars. Subsequently, in December 2025, Brandon got the crown jewel back to his shop for making his portion of improvements before it went out again for any other major car shows. Allow me just a bit here to let you review the crown jewel as it was prior to the redo work coming up next. Brandon blew the car apart, took out virtually all the interior. He completely redid those seats. There were huge wrinkles and bad stitching from the other interior shop that just completely messed it up. Brandon refused to have the car go out to any further shows until all of that other shop's shabby work was ever seen again. By February 2026, Brandon and the Red River Customs team completed all necessary refinements. Everything touched for further quality and beautification. And just in time to go to the Darryl Starbird show to win a Fine 9 award. Fantastic work. Lots of great effort had only begun to pay off at that time. Next, in March 2026, the Red River Customs team took the crown jewel to the good guys in Fort Worth There, the Crown Jewel won the McGuire's Magnificent Masterpiece Award. Well deserved. This was the first major project between Red River Customs and Falls Craft. So many behind the scenes portions of work, such as all the logistics of shipping the car between the two different shops, plans of who does what, where the wiring will go or not go, when will Brandon have the car at his shop to actually work on and complete his part, and so much more. Please consider Falls Craft, Brandon Falls, for your custom interior on your favorite build. And with that, please relax, take it easy, be a motoring fanatic on your road Odyssey, and I will see you later. Bye.